Okay, it's your boy Stepdaddy, Njai Gaming Uchishawa, the one and only. Itama coach, Ichan. Otherwise, as a week, Krutman. It's your boy Stepdaddy. So guys, please follow me on my Facebook page. It's Stepdaddy SA, Stepdaddy _SA. That's the Instagram. Then Stepdaddy RSA, Twitter. So if you follow me, all the feeds you will get there.
Amazing. Oh wait, bro. Well, it's great to sit you down and interview you, man. Because I feel like you're a shining star, bro. And it's just a matter of time before you blow up. But the point of this interview is to get some info for the people out there. Who is Stepdaddy? So where you from, bro? Tell us. Take the picture.
Oh, by the way, if you know, I'm Stepdaddy. I'm from Cooks, Section 3, the native yards. Grew up in that area. It's township, more wise, and I'm very proud of the place that I come from. And it's a very fortunate place for me to come from, because being raised and born in the hood, it's not easy. So it's all about being brave, bro.
Hustling, bro.
The hustle, bro, goes under being brave. You have to be brave so you can get the best hustle of yourself. Trust yourself and be you.
What does it mean to be a hustler for you?
For me to be
in
a
music,
hustler,
in music.
Oh, as you know, I'm Stepdaddy, so it's more like a father figure and stuff. I've got like nephews and nieces, and then for me, hustling in terms of music, it's like my second life, bro. It's more like the underworld, because hustling and into music, it's more like underworld. It's very tricky, and you
don't know where to go, man.
You need connections, bro, so you can get in order with your hustle and get your life in order.
You talked about family man, stepdaddy. Tell us more about where the name originates from. Stepdaddy. Stepfather.
It seems like you want to know more about Stepdaddy,
Of course.
By the way, I'm here to give you information about the name Stepdaddy. The name Stepdaddy came about when I was like growing up. I was raised by a stepfather. And then I thought of like, hey, there are so many fatherless children out there, and then for this guy to raise a child that he doesn't have any blood related with,
It's noble, bro.
Yeah, and then I was like, yo, I should embrace this, and show like gratitude and be grateful of what the man did, and then I'm trying to put more like a campaign whereby ain't no child ain't gonna have a father. I come down on as one daughter, and then while I'm still alive, I'm an activist in that part, being a stepfather and stuff. I'm trying to embrace another man to feel the same way, to feel the same feeling that I have about a child that is growing up without any father.
Through music.
Through music, and music is the only way to send out the message, and many people can relate in that message, You can get to message and stuff.
Yeah, man, but how did you get into music? How was your entry? How did you tell us the first steps, how what you used to listen to when you were young, and how it progressed into something, now that's professional?
Yeah, to be quite honest, the first music that I listened when I was growing up is way too far way too different to the music that I was doing. So I was like, I would say that I'm happy that in my teenage years, I started listening to Wiz Khalifa, and then the most inspiration that I got was all about Wiz Khalifa and stuff. And then how did I started doing music? I still remember there's a crew that was called Succeed. Then there was like Epic Blackie Boost, and so much incredible guys. And I remember the other time that I wanted to do something more like what do you call this, a merchandise, like clothing and stuff. And then I asked Epic about like, yo, Epic, can I do some merchandise for you guys and stuff? And then Epic was into anything that I'm saying about me doing like a clothing label, you know, opening up a clothing label. He said, yo, what would you do with music, guys? And I was like, yo, no, Epic, man, bro. I just want to pursue this side of like doing these kind of new fashion trends and stuff, or hip hop and stuff, you know. And then the guy kept on telling me, yo, do music, I got some beats. And you know what, that time I was with Emoji that time, and then this guy told me like to do beats and stuff. He got beats for us, go to record for us, and then he gave us the beat, me and my friend. And then we started recording, we write lyrics, and for me it was very whack. And I recorded with a bulletin mic. Then I started to hear myself, okay, I might be going somewhere with this, you know. And I started to fall in love with the music. And then there's the other guy that I met right through my street, you know, the guy called Gugulethu. This guy, I had a conversation with this guy because I saw this guy always the time he got the guitar. I was like, yo, bro, what kind of guitar do you play? He said, I play the bass guitar. I was like, yo, can you hook me up with some beats, bro? If you got some connection. He said, no, you know what, give me some time and then I'll try to find something out for you, you know. I was like, okay. And then from there, I started doing business, selling fat cook and stuff. And then that time I wanted to save for myself or like get a recording session and stuff to get that kind of capital. And you know, when you're doing music, you need to get funds and stuff, you know, that kind of injection.
A lot of money, bro.
Yeah, from then, and then boom, here come the guy called Zigzag. Zigzag was the guy, was the producer. Then I first met.
Sounds familiar.
It sounds familiar, yeah. Zigzag. But then now, Zigzag now, he's got by the name of MichaelAzania.
Yeah. For the audience, that's me.
Yeah, the incredible. And then, from then, that was my first and the last producer that I worked into music with.
Yeah.
And it was not easy. It was not easy, bro. It was not easy. Even my producer didn't have faith in me in my life.
Sometimes there was a period, bro.
He didn't have faith in me. So I worked out faith towards myself. I built loyalty towards myself. I worked hard to be loyal to me. You know, especially when you do music, you need to be loyal with yourself. You need to trust what you're doing. You need to be more alert about what you're doing. You do more research about music, you know. And then from then it took off, and then I met more incredibles such as Digital Sangoma, Gomeni Mafu away. So that's how I did my music.
What has been your biggest obstacle in music? What would you say? What's kept you down? And it doesn't have to be one thing, it could be a few things maybe.
You know, first of all, it's money. Money is a key into music. You can't do nothing when you don't have money, you know. That's why we
studios, songs, everything, bro.
That's why we say you invest in what you want to become, you know. So you need to put more money in it, and then other thing is a distribution deal. You know, it's hard to get a distribution deal. You know, you need labels to pick you up so you get your sound out there. You know, for me, I get to a point there where like, yo guys, I don't believe there's a such thing called self-made millionaire in music. You know, you need someone in order to generate you some more income, and then you can be a self-made millionaire. You know. But you can't be just a self-made millionaire. I record today, I post my shit, and my shit go viral, I make money off that shit. That's a fluke.
That's a lie.
And that, it's hard to be done like that, guys. I don't wanna lie. You know, you need to get the labels on your side. You need to get the distribution deal. You need to get like investment. You know, someone who can invest in you. You know. Someone you trust, you know. It's not easy to invest into music or art. You know, people don't want to lose their money, and they need to see what are they investing? They need to believe, and then you have to have like the perfect presentation of sound, so you can get whatever that you want. But it's a very, very, very high obstacle, you know. The distribution till the money. Those are key factors into music.
How much do you think it's about being good at music versus your connections? How much of would you say, have you always been good at music? Have you,
First off, I would say I've been doing great music. My work ethic with music is very energetic, you know, and I wouldn't lie, if it wasn't for the creativity and the talent that I have, I wouldn't get any connects, you know, for me, because the place that I come from, it's not a place that someone can give you more connects and stuff, you know. You need to show your work ethic, you need to show your creativity, you need to show your skill, you know, your talent, in order you can get someone interested about what you're doing, you know. And it's not very easy, bro. You know,
you have to make those connections.
You have to make those connections, and you have to have the greatest sound so you can get connections. You know, I still remember when I was in like having a connection with the councillor from the one section that I'm from, and then the first gig that we got paid from our first gig, and the first thing that came into my mind was like, your connections are good. If I didn't have any connection, I wouldn't get this paying gig. And that time, my music was still more like a trap music, only focusing on trap. That American trap music, you know, influenced by Young Thug and stuff. And then we changed that, and then the connects that we get didn't change, it expanded. You know, we expanded the connects just because of the sound and the ability of being creative, you know. And it's not easy. It's not easy, bro.
Being creative.
It's not easy being creative. It's not easy.
You know, some people, where do you see yourself, your next project, yourself in 5 years? Tell us about your upcoming project that you're working on. How many tracks do you think there might be? What are your influences in this next project that you're gonna have, and where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Oh, okay. Let's start about my next project, and then we'll talk about the 5 years, because that's a longevity terms, you know. So we just done this kind of sound that feels so emotional, you know. And then when you express your feelings into music, you get the perfect sound that you want to do. And then now on this album that I'll be doing, I want to really like reveal the name of my album, but I'm working on an album. Next year, probably I'll be dropping the album next year around about like June, you know, if not May, Feb. But the album, I'll be having like 14-track album, and then the feel that you must expect on my music, it's more like a more loving songs, and a more obsessed guy with this kind of beauty, full girl that I wake up every day, that I grow up seeing this beautiful girl. I've never compared to any such beauty that I've ever seen in my life. So I'm trying to paint that kind of feel, you know, like bring the emotional side of a guy.
Yeah.
If you know, most of the time, it's hard to see emotional side of a guy.
It's mostly hip hop, male, masculine, aggressive.
Masculine, you know. Yeah.
I'll run up on you. Yeah.
You know. So now with the hip hop that we're trying to fuse more like our culture, and then being authentic with the sound of a guitar, you know. And there's only 2 countries that are best in guitar in the world that you can find. It's the Spanish guitar and the African guitar. Umpakana, we call it Maskani. So I'm not doing Maskandi on my album. It's just a feel of authentic sound of South African. I'm not even using the drums. I'm not using drums on my album. I know that it's so African, but for me it sounds more like those the Upper Africa Nigerian music. The you know, like Mr. Easy sound, Pinna Boy sound. They're using the drums, you know, and then we wanna change the feel, you know, bring the same element but different instruments, you know.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years' time, I see myself in 5 years' time with my BET. That's my dream, though.
Summer.
Summer,
SA Hip Hop Awards.
summer,
Everything.
summer. All the awards, all the winnings in 5 years' time. And then I see myself as one of the greatest artists to come out in Cape Town in 5 years' time. And ever.
I believe in that, bro.
Ever. Actually, in South Africa, one of the greatest artists in South Africa. You know, being inspired with such artists like Wiz Khalifa, I know I can go very far in the world, you know. The influence, and South African artists, they're very creative and they're very talented, and it's a very, very, very high competent game, you know. And likes of Chava, Mlindo, all these guys, you know, Aubrey, all these guys are very talented, and I see myself surpassing those niggas.
What makes you different? Why do you think you can surpass them?
What makes me different is that the time that I was going to the studio today, you know, while I was in the taxi, you know, and then every time that I'm in a taxi, I always have that kind of reminisce and think, you know. I thought about like, yo, Stepdaddy, do you think about your future? And then when I think about my future, I feel like, yo, no one can overshine me. And no one has the ability that I have. No one is so creative that I do, you know. And then if you know about Xhosa languages, Xhosa is a very diverse
expressive
language, you know. And then in Xhosa you get ubulali, that Xhosa, that deep Xhosa that you could get back there in Eastern Cape. We call it as Lalini. So, and then when you come to Cape Town, the Xhosa is very different because it's more like a Tsotsi and Venet Xhosa, you know. So mine is more like a township Xhosa, like more street corner language, you know. And then, I'm trying to show that if you're a gangster, you can be in love also, you know. And then the language that I'm sharing is the gangster language. It's telling a story of a gangster that gets in love, you know. So I know my story is going to be selling. So that's why I see myself as one of the greatest ever artists to come out in Cape Town. And guys, don't sleep on me.
Definitely.
Don't sleep on me.
Don't sleep on Stepdaddy.
You know, I know I'm gonna give you like a waking pill, you know. A waking pill.
2020.
2020. I've got that wake up pill.
So you got an album in 2020.
I've got an album in 2020. I've got a single that is coming up in Jan.
Tell us about that single. What is it? The name.
The name of the single.
What does
the
it mean
inspiration
to you?
of the single. All of that. The name of the single. I'll start with that. The name of the single is Mlomdana. The song is all about getting married. Something that I always dream about. One day I'll get married. And my marriage day, bro, will be like, yo, is this a president marriage or what?
Is it the superstar?
Oh yeah, and then like, you know, what inspired me about the song, you know, now I'm revealing all the secrets. All my guys have been asking, yo, what inspired you to do this kind of music? I was like, yo, bro, nothing. You know?
Yeah.
And now, since now I'm being interviewed now, I'm telling a story, and this started up as like, I saw myself as a guy that is so emotional wrecked. After my heartbreak with my ex, I still love her though. And then I told myself that, you know what, there's the only way, there's one sweet revenge, that's success. You know, when someone doesn't believe in what you're doing, and you're in a relationship with a person, and whenever you talk about your career and stuff, she thinks you're bluffing, or it's a fairy tale and stuff, you know.
It's a fad, it's a hype.
You know,
you're just following some other people.
You know.
You're not doing it for yourself.
You know, that kind of thing, bro. And then I was like, yo, okay, you did what you did with me, and then I'm fine. I'm drifting away. I'm moving my side, and then I'll do my music. I started to do a song, Ninja Hit Game, and then Ninja Hit Game was the more of a feel that I've been craving for, you know. And then from then, we do music with Alpha, and then we started to do this great song with Alpha. And then the song started to build up and it build up and build up until the song that it is today.
Who's Alpha though?
Alpha A is my youngin, you know.
Your bromiga.
Very, very hype artist. Very talented, as I said. Cape Town has so much creative artists. So I'm not about that now, but you'll know more about Alpha, you know, in the long run. So now, what I'm saying about the song Ulumdana is going to be dropped in January. So guys, for more information about the song to be dropped, keep in touch with my social pages.
Tell us your social pages.
My social pages on Instagram, it's Stepdaddy _SA. And then on Twitter, it's Stepdaddy RSA. And then on Facebook, it's Stepdaddy _SA. Yo, someone is calling.
The money is calling.
Money is calling.